Okay, I'm live. Hello, everybody. It's Bruce here, traveling with Bruce. Welcome to Monday, February 17th, President's Day in the USA and in Canada, depending on where you are. Some provinces call it Family Day. It's just a day off. Welcome all. Flag Day. They're also they're trying to come up with a name for the day off that everyone should get in February. How are you? Welcome. I was just looking at, just watching a story on the internet about a plane accident at the Toronto International Airport. A Delta flight coming in from Memphis was landing. It's a regional jet from Delta, and apparently it came in quite snowy in Toronto today. Very bad weather. And upon landing, it sounds like what happened is when it landed, the plane likely caught one of its wings tilting one side to the other, probably the wind. And I'm guessing that the plane was slowly blown towards one side of the runway, and that the wing clipped the snow that had been plowed off the runway, and probably made the plane flip upside down. Good news is the plane came to a stop intact. The wings are obviously off. The one wing is definitely off. And there was footage being broadcast right now on television. People literally walking out of the plane, the upside down airplane, out of the front door. No fire, no casualties from what we understand. Full flight of 78 and 15 injuries, nine more serious. And that's what we know. Unbelievable. Anyway, that's the latest there. And we'll hear all about it, I'm sure, and there will likely be footage available through the camera systems from the airport eventually, and we'll see what's going on. And thankfully and hopefully, no one passes away on that one. Interesting. Welcome all to the channel. I'm glad to have you here with us. I wasn't planning on doing a show today when I knew that today would be a holiday, but then I thought, someone mentioned the other day on one of these shows a week or two ago, hey, you haven't done trivia in a long time. And I thought, I should do a trivia show today. Why don't I do some trivia? I'll have some fun. We'll see how many of you want to show up, and we'll do a little bit of trivia today instead, and kind of go from there. The only news that I have for you, as far as anything to do with the cruise business, and this isn't to do with any of the cruise ships of today. This is news of a cruise ship from yesterday, and it really wasn't ever a cruise ship. It was an ocean liner, the SS United States. And for those of you familiar with that ship, there's news about it. I've uncovered a few photos. So this was the ship, the SS United States, in her prime when she was at sea. She had two big funnels, and she was a record holder. I'm not sure, but she might still be the record holder across the Atlantic for the fastest transatlantic crossing by an ocean liner. She might still hold it. The ship now, and for many decades, has been stuck here in Philadelphia, unfortunately. The ship was long ago taken out of service, approximately 1968, 69, 70, somewhere in that range. She was taken out of service, and there was just no way to salvage this ship for future business. Her boilers or her engines are old school design. The ship, of course, is from the early 50s, and it's just not an efficient ship to run. Notice there are no balconies on this ocean liner. This is a true ocean liner, and many attempts or suggestions have been made to turn it into a museum, turn it into something else, but nothing ever came of it. The reality is that to do anything with this ship, as far as making it seaworthy again, you're talking hundreds of millions of dollars. That's not going to happen. The ship will never carry enough passengers in the comforts that we are used to ever be of use for any cruise anywhere. It's impossible. The cost to operate the ship per mile per passenger, impossible. And so there's actually good news. The ship is leaving Philadelphia because it cannot just stand here and rust away. That's all that's going to happen to it. The ship is being transferred. It's going to be towed out, I think, tomorrow. They were going to do it today, but they decided tomorrow's the day because of, again, bad weather, to Florida. They're going to actually Mobile, Alabama with this ship. It's going to go to Mobile, Alabama. And the ship will then be taken to a dry dock area where she will be basically stripped of all of her toxic things. The interior of the ship will really be gutted out. Any fuel and any, anything like that will be taken out of here. This ship will be, as best as I can say, sterilized to be basically a steel hulk, and is going to then be floated off the coast of Florida, and she's going to be sunk in a controlled way to become an artificial reef. And so this ship will actually now give back to Mother Nature in another way, because her days as a sailing ship ended in 1960, and it's been in perpetual, frozen state like this for decades and decades and decades, and finally we'll remember her like this, really, hopefully, not like this or this. So hopefully people remember her, as this. But this ship never was one of the glory ships, that we heard about or knew about from transatlantic crossing. This wasn't the Queen Mary. This wasn't the Queen Elizabeth. This wasn't the Olympic. She came into the world at the very end of oceanic travel. In 1959, you could now cross the Atlantic in 5.5, 6 hours from New York by 4-engined 707s made by Boeing. A 4 or 5 day Atlantic crossing was just not going to substitute. This ship could get you across the Atlantic in 4 days under ideal conditions. There are very few times that you have ideal conditions across the North Atlantic. And so 5 and 6 day crossings are normal and are tolerable and are doable for most people. And if you can fly across the Atlantic in 6 hours for $500 each way today, game over. Now in 59, it might have cost you $2,000 to do a transatlantic, maybe 2,500 round trip, something like that. And that was a ton of money. But you were automatically losing the high-end crowd if you were offering a 6-hour flight across the country. You quickly, within 2 to 3 years, saw the airfares drop by 50% as each plane came on and came on. More planes were flying capable of this kind of work. And that meant the business crowd was not going to be on a cruise ship anymore. By 1969-70, the Queen Elizabeth cruise, the big ocean liner, was basically in business mostly in the summertime, and it was students crossing the Atlantic on the cheap. Its glory days were long behind them. So obviously the Queen Mary's in Long Beach. She stopped sailing at 69. The Queen Elizabeth stopped sailing at the same time from Cunard. And unfortunately, that ship ended up in Tokyo Harbor, or Hong Kong Harbor, and it was being refurbished, and a welder's torch set it off, and it burned and was lost forever. And so the glory days are over as far as the transatlantic goes. The only way to do it now is what Jen and I did this past year. Queen Mary II, the only transatlantic ocean liner left that actually is an ocean liner. And we crossed over to New York and back. Left in August and came back in October, and enjoyed it very much and found it very interesting, and definitely a throwback to a time gone by. And everyone who was on that ship, we all could afford an airfare. We could have all gone on any airline we wanted, but we purposely, all of us on these routes, we purposely crossed the Atlantic in 7 days. From New York to Southampton was a 7-day journey at a relaxed pace compared to what it could have been in the past. We were in no hurry, and we were there to enjoy the experience of cruising the Atlantic and all the ship's amenities. And there you go. And it was summertime for us to go over, and mostly summer to come back. It was still quite warm when we got back. but it was rougher on the way back than on the way over to to Southampton. But nonetheless, a fun time was had by all. Welcome all to the program. Thank you for the thumbs ups. Nice to have you here. Great that you've joined me tonight. Jennifer and I are here in Rancho Mirage, where it's now in the mid 70s. We're going to hit 80, 85 next week. We think this is the beginning of the turn. We're into now mid-February. The coldest month of the year was January, and a month in, we've now already gained an hour and 20 minutes of daylight around here. I'm sure wherever you are, your daylight hours have expanded. Well, around here, every degree that the sun rises in the sky, the heat you feel it. You feel the sun's heat down here. And when I go for a walk now, I don't even put on a windbreaker. I don't have to put on anything, just a t-shirt or a golf shirt, and I'm good to go. And I'm trying to stay cool, as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, I now take a walk in the daytime, walking beside the rows of hedges beside the wall of the complex here that divides us from the outside world, because it's shady. There's all about a 4-foot stretch, a 4-foot piece of pavement where you're walking in the shade. That will disappear in the next month or so as the sun's angle gets even higher, and the sun's just going to be baking on us. So if you want to go for a walk without being baked out, you got to go early in the morning or late in the day. But it's warming up around here. Robert, welcome to the show. Number 1 thumbs up. Thank you, my man. Kirk Brunson is in the house. Welcome. Hi, Bruce, and welcome TWB family, everybody. Kirk from NYC is here. Home and vacation week on right now, baby. Trivia time. Yes, sir. Robert, yes, it's been a while since we had trivia. Stephen Quattro on the thumbs up button today. The whole family is watching tonight, says Kirk. We're ready for España. We're ready for that. I'm trying to remember if I have a question with the word España in it. Robert, Goldbagel logo is up. Uncle Bruce, you got to change the logo on that show of yours, because you're not on your stock market channel. You're on your travel channel. Well, I'm in holiday mode, and I'm not thinking, there it goes. But thank you for the hands up. We're done. We're good. Stephen, hopefully all the injured will be recovered. It is amazing folks walked away from that accident. Sharon, hi, everybody. Just got back from taking our son out to dinner for his birthday. Welcome. And Stephen, it seems like it would make more sense ecologically to scrap the metal and recycle it. Yeah, that also is another thing. I'm not sure how this all came together. I'm certain a story behind all of this. I suspect quite a bit of money has been raised by the society to try to somehow preserve this thing. And the one way to preserve some of it is to make it a reef, and people can dive to it, and so people can still see the ship underwater, and I don't know. But Steve, you make a good point. Ms. M. Yippee Trivia. Tom Kaufman, Uncle Bruce. Hey, see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. Yes, sir, on the other channel. You got it. Thanks, Tom. We'll see you on Stock Markets with Bruce for sure. If you want to get rich, learn how to write options, join me there. Okay. Welcome, one and all. Now, it's been a while. I got to tell you, is Bruce rusty? Oh, my God. Am I rusty on how to set up trivia? I used to do trivia 3 times a week, I think, at one time on this channel, and using my big, fat, trusty iPad here, my giant iPad, and I'm using my pencil to be able to knock off the correct answers, and I sure hope I'm able to get this working properly, but I'm sure it'll work out. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Roger, hi from Jacksonville. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Nice to have you here. Welcome from the biggest city in Florida. Jacksonville, Florida, the largest populated city in the state. Nice to have you with us tonight, this afternoon for those of you in the West, this evening from those of you in the eastern part of the U.S., and from any of you in Europe and elsewhere late into the night or early tomorrow morning. Thank you for joining us. Okay, I've got my first trivia question ready to go. I hope you're ready yourselves. Here's the deal. Okay, I'm going to read this question, and you guys give me your answers. 1 answer per posting is how this is going to work. Danella's here. You got my message. Hi, Bruce and everybody. Glad to see you on tonight. Let's get the trivia going. Right on, Donnell. Right on. I got your message, and you were worried that I wasn't going to be on. So send me one answer at a time. You might know 4 or 5 of the correct answers to this question I'm going to ask you. Just send me one at a time, and giving everybody a chance to sort of get the answers going. And we'll see how we do. I've got a few of these trivia questions lined up here. The first question of the night to all of you trivia takers. Can you tell me the names of some of the U.S. airlines that don't exist anymore? Some of the defunct names of airlines that are no longer with us anymore. All right. I have hints that I'll hand out as well. But first, let's see how many you guys just pick off, and then we'll kind of go from there. It looks like Sharon and Donnell right off the hop. Pan Am Airlines, Bruce, that is correct. Pan Am is definitely one of them. And then we have Sharon coming in with New York Air, and I know you are correct. That is correct. New York Air, a short-lived carrier, featured an Apple logo and operated an air shuttle between Washington and New York from 1980 to 1987. Pan Am, by the way, was once America's prestige international airline. If you've ever watched the movie Catch Me If You Can, I believe Leonardo DiCaprio was an imposter as a Pan Am pilot. This company ceased operations in 1991 after 64 years in business. Its former New York headquarters is now the MetLife building. If you ever been to New York, seen pictures of New York, the building that is near Grand Central Station used to be the Pan Am building. So when the Beatles came to town in 1964, they got a helicopter ride in Manhattan up to Yankee Stadium to perform there. And there was a shot of their helicopter that had 2 blades, one in the front, one in the back. And they flew near the Pan Am building in the background. It's quite a neat shot. Kirk also picked off the Pan Am building. Sharon was thinking Eastern Airlines. Yes, Eastern Airlines, this Eastern carrier, of course, had added service to the West Coast, Latin America, and the Caribbean when it ceased operations in 1991. We've got cruise night ships. Isaac from Waco in the house. Welcome, my friend. Roger Holcomb is thinking Braniff Airlines. Yes, Braniff. This Texas-based airline flew to Latin America and U.S. cities until its demise in 1982. In 1973, it launched its Flying Colors promotion with bright colored planes. They also had flight attendants in hot pants, if I recall. And there was a big campaign about it in the magazines and television ads. And it was controversial. It was, what was the word I'm going to say? It made waves. It was sexy, certainly. I suspect there were a number of wives out there who were wondering why their husbands were flying to so many meetings and always going on Braniff Airline. I wonder why that is. Kevin, New York Air, we've got it. Thank you, my friend. The author is here himself. Welcome, sir. Tom Kaufman, TWA. TWA, correct. Trans World Airlines. This venerable St. Louis-based national and international carrier was once owned by Howard Hughes. It merged with American Airlines in 2001 after 76 years in operation. TWA was on the side of their planes. Exactly. Kirk got it as well. Northwest Airlines, says Ms. Britt. Northwest Airlines. Yes, Northwest. This Minneapolis-based carrier was known for service to Asia. It merged with Delta in 2008. Its television and radio commercials featured the sound of a gong. I don't know how many people remember that. I honestly really don't remember that. RMS, Eastern Airlines, TWA. You can only give me one answer at a time. You can't give me multiple. You can only give me one at a time. Cruise ship nights, Aromas. Probably an international brand that I don't have here. I've got U.S. airlines here that are no longer in business. Sure, New York Air also flew to Boston and gave you a bagel and an alcoholic drink. Those are good times. Aeromar says cruise ship nights. That was probably would that have been a Latin American line? TWA says Celestine Shack. TWA, yep, Trans World Airlines. We got it. People's Express. Sharon is wondering about a company called People's Express. Definitely long gone. I don't have any info on it. Stephen says, we flew on BOAC, British Overseas Airlines, when I was a kid. I think it became British Airways. That is correct. It did. Sharon, People's Express was like a cattle car with wings. Stephen Butler, Republic was absorbed by one outfit. I don't have them here as a separate listed airline. Absorbed by Northwest, and Northwest in turn is absorbed by Delta. Ms. M, number 12. Thank you for the thumbs up. Kevin, Western Airlines, the only way to fly. Yes, this airline served the Western United States, Western Canada, and Mexico before it merged with Delta in 1986. Its most famous tagline was the only way to fly. Yes, sir. Piedmont, yes. Piedmont Air, once independent. This mid-Atlantic carrier has been a wholly owned subsidiary of U.S. Air. It was a U.S. Air subsidiary since '87. And speaking of that, U.S. Air is no longer around. I think it was acquired. I'm going to ask, was it by American? Does anybody know? AirCal, RMS wants to know, does AirCal show? I'm not showing it here on my list today. Could have been another airline. Donnell, by the way, I'm number 11 on the thumbs up. Thank you, my friend. Human being, DC-10, the worst planes ever manufactured. Oh my gosh. Roger, we flew Freddie Laker in 1980 to Gatwick, Discount Airline in 1980. Freddie Laker Airways. As Stephen Butler, Ozark Airlines never had an accident. Ozark was a St. Louis-based carrier named for a Highland region, was acquired in 1986 by airline number 1 on this list, TWA, and then ultimately taken over by American Airlines. Stephen Butler, Republic Airlines was out of Memphis, Stephen. Republic Airlines, right on. Let's see, we've got some more here. Ken Kareka is saying Capital Airlines. Welcome, Capital Airlines. Not showing it, probably a regional. And then we have AirCal here. Human being, what's the trivia? Defunct U.S. airlines that don't exist anymore. Roger Holcomb, if you were watching Mad Men, when Mad Men was on, one of their clients was Mohawk Airlines. Mohawk, a real airline. Mohawk, this carrier served New York and Pennsylvania and was acquired by airline number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, by Allegheny. It was acquired by Allegheny. Sharon, I think American did indeed absorb U.S. Air. U.S. Air had a Philadelphia hub, and now there are a lot of American flights out of Philadelphia. RMS, PSA, Pacific Southwest. Did that become Southwest? PSA, this intra-California carrier became part of U.S. Air in '88. In the late 60s, it outfitted its flight attendants in bright-colored, mini-skirted outfits. That's what, and probably go-go boots. PSA, human being, Pan Am. Yep, we guessed that one. Royal Airlines, regional airline that flew routes in Louisiana. Royal Airlines. I don't have it on this list, but I don't doubt you. And everybody from Paper City Gamer, Jeff, welcome all to the program tonight. Thank you for all of you joining us. Trivia night tonight. The first trivia question is, can you name airlines that are defunct, American airlines that don't exist anymore? I've never saw Mad Men on television, never saw Mad Men. Here's an airline. I'll give you a hint. Maybe you can tell me the name of this airline. This airline never recovered from the 1982 crash into the Potomac River in Washington and ceased operations in 1984. 2 years after the crash, they ceased and they actually merged into somebody else. Does anybody remember the name of the airline where they crashed into the river and they ended up on national television? There were helicopters getting people out of there. I think there were 4 or 5 survivors only. And Roger got it. It's Air Florida. Exactly. And why did the plane crash? They did not get de-iced in those days. It wasn't mandatory to de-ice. It was a bad snowy day, and they could not sustain a flight in air. Eastern Airlines, been done, I'm saying. Thank you, Human, and thank you, Corvette Man. Sharon, I remember that crash, but not the airline. Roger, what's this? Pry Air? I have no idea what that is. But I've got another. Hint for you for another airline. This one is this Florida-based airline was acquired by airline number 2, Pan Am, on this list in 1980. Its ads featured beautiful flight attendants inviting travelers to fly me to Florida. What was the name of that airline? Fly me to Florida. What was the name of that airline? Can you imagine an ad campaign today from an airline company like that? Holy moly macaroni. Value Jet? No, not showing here on this list. All right, Florida-based airline, Fly Me to Florida. Prin Air served Caribbean. Right on. Air Cal, we've tried it already, Paul, and I don't have that on my list. Here's another airline for you. Merged with number 14. Who's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This airline merged, I can't even tell you the name of that airline, to form a company called Republic Airways, and combine their services in the South and Upper Midwest. The company that merged with number 14, these two companies became Republic Airways, and it isn't around anymore. Here's another one. This airline renamed itself U.S. Airways in 1979. What was the name of U.S. Airways before they were U.S. Airways? Farmal is wondering. People's Express. We've had that one already. And then Midwest Airlines. Midwest Airlines, I'm not showing Midwest, but I've got one called Mid something. It's not Midwest. Does anybody know? Shuttle America. Does anyone recall that airline? I don't have that on this list. Capital Airlines merged into United in 1960. Capital Airlines, going back a ways. Here's another airline. Do you remember this particular American airline? Hawaii-based carrier was founded in 1946 and began services to the U.S. mainland in 2000. They ceased operations in 2008. What was the name of this Hawaii-based airline? Anybody know? What about America West? I remember America West. I flew America West, and it did merge with somebody else. And I'm trying to remember if they merged with Southwest or US Air, maybe US Air back in the day. I flew on America West Airlines in 1986, 7, 88, 89, 90, back at that time. And they flew out of Calgary to Phoenix. They flew out into Las Vegas. And then, of course, they were, I believe, headquartered in Phoenix, and they flew all out of Phoenix. What about Virgin America? Not a US-based carrier. It's connected to Virgin, which is the British, but I know what you're saying. Let's see. Perhaps the first of the discount carriers, this airline began operations in 79 and used Chicago's Midway Airport as its hub. Does anyone remember the name of that airline? They flew out of Chicago's Midway Airport. Chicago's Midway Airport. Human being, Hawaiian merged with Alaska. That's true. But this particular Hawaiian airline was not called Hawaiian. There was another airline out of Hawaii that had a different name entirely. Here's another one for you. This Western carrier was formed in 1968 from Pacific Airlines, Bonanza Airlines, and West Coast Airlines as Air West. Howard Hughes bought it in 1970 and renamed this airline in 1970. Anybody know what the name of that airline was? America West merged with U.S. Airways. Thank you, cruise ships. Sharon, are you talking about Aloha Airlines for that Hawaii airline? I am talking about Aloha Airlines. The Hawaii-based carrier was founded in 1946, began service to the U.S. mainland in 2000, and they died in 2008. It looks like the financial crisis finished them off. These financial crises and these market crashes knocked off airlines, cruise lines, all kinds of businesses. The company that renamed itself U.S. Airways in 1979 was originally known as Allegheny Airlines. Allegheny, remember that one? Here was a company, this Houston-based airline operated mostly in the southwestern U.S. and Mexico from 69 to 82, When it merged with Continental, what did that company become? What was the name of that one? Belkin Airlines mentioned in the Odd Couple. I haven't got that outfit on this list, unfortunately. And this airline became acquired by Pan Am in 1980, and the ads were inviting travelers to fly me. The beautiful stewardesses were saying, "Fly me to Florida." Do you remember the name of this one? National Airlines. National had the ads that invited people to fly me to Florida. Oh my, oh my. The two airlines that merged together to become Republic Airways, Southern Airlines, and North Central Airlines. Who would know? The company that was out of Houston that ultimately operated mostly in southwestern U.S. and Mexico from 69 to 82, then merged with Continental, was called Texas International. Kind of a weird, State of Texas International, kind of a weird connection there. Capital Airlines was a United States trunk carrier, a scheduled airline serving the eastern, southern, southeastern, and midwestern U.S. Capital's headquarters were located in Washington, D.C. No longer with us. The airline that was the first, one of the first of the discount carriers, this airline began operations in 1979 and used Chicago's Midway Airport as its hub. That airline was known as Midway Airlines. Midway. The last one on this list is a Western carrier that was formed in 1968 when they merged Pacific Airlines, Bonanza Airlines, and West Coast Airlines as Air West. And then Howard Hughes bought it in 1970, and they called it Hughes Air West. Go figure. Howard Hughes renamed the airline in his name. Well, what can I say? It is what it is. All right. Let's see if I can find my next trivia question for you. Yes, here it is. Now, can I make this work? Oh, boy. Bruce is trying. Bruce is trying. Welcome, everybody. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining me. Okay, we've got a trivia question number 2 for you. Are you ready? Ken is saying in the 1950s, Capital was the 5th largest U.S. domestic carrier by passenger count, sometimes by passenger mile, after the big 4, American, United, TWA, and Eastern. See, time gone by, the 50s. My God, there are some great videos on YouTube about air travel in the 1950s, what it was like, and there's all kinds of films on there that airlines made as their own little propaganda films, and they would show them off to their travel agents. In those days, in the 1950s, there were thousands of travel agents across the United States. Every town had one or more, and they would go to conventions, and they would be, going to see all the potential resorts that were opening up, and all the airlines had booths, and they were all promoting themselves, and they would have films, and they would give away freebies. There's a bunch of these films on YouTube that you can see of these airlines. Here is question number 2. Are you ready? Can you tell me the cities of the world that have the most 1,000 room hotels? What cities in the world have the most 1,000 room hotels or larger? Fire away. I'm looking for 30 cities of the planet that happen to have at least several 1,000 room hotels. Let's find out how you're doing here. Sharon is typing feverishly here. New York City. Yeah, New York is number 2 with 9. New York is number 2 on the list with 9 hotels of at least 1,000 rooms. And then Sharon follows it up by saying, and so does Donnell, because he's right on it, Tokyo. What about Tokyo? Tokyo, let me take a look. They have 3 hotels with at least 1,000 rooms. Los Angeles, Sharon is thinking, Los Angeles has 4. LA has 4. And Sharon is now wondering about Miami Beach. Is Miami on this list anywhere? And I don't think they are. Let me quadruple check. I don't believe Miami is on our list today. We've got New York City. Stephen, What about Las Vegas? Don't they have a whole bunch of hotels with at least 1,000 rooms? I mean, there are 5,000 room hotels. Yeah, Vegas is number one on the planet for the most hotels with at least 1,000 rooms. 32 of them. 32 hotels in Vegas, number one all by itself. Second place, New York with 9. It's not even close. It's unbelievable. Chicago, Sharon is thinking, oh, you got to be in Chicago. 6 hotels, 6 big hotels in Chicago, 1,000 rooms or more. Danielle is in the house saying hello, everybody. Human Being is thinking Vegas as well. Sharon was wondering about Paris, and I think we have Paris at 4. Here we go right here. I'm going to call that Paris with 4. Sharon is now wondering, what about London, Bruce, in the United Kingdom? They got to have a pile of big hotels in London, don't you think? 3. They have 3 in London. Donnell got Chicago as well. Roger was thinking Shanghai. What about Shanghai in China? And Shanghai is not showing, I don't think. Hang on a minute. I'm triple checking. No, Shanghai is not on this list. What about Dallas, Donnell? Wondering about Dallas. Everything's big in Texas, isn't it? Wouldn't Dallas have some hotels bigger than 1,000 rooms each? Yes, they have 4. They have 4, Donnell. You nailed it. Vegas from RMS, you got it. Tom is thinking Chicago. We got Chicago. Now, Captain's Table, Orlando, Florida, Bruce. Yep, 9 in Orlando, equal to New York City. Why? Disneyland. Yeah, Disney World. Munich, Germany, Bruce. What about Munich? You think Munich has hotels with 1,000 or more? Nope, they don't show with enough to make the list. And then Berlin. Sharon is wondering about Berlin. Yep, they've got 2 hotels, 1,000 rooms or more. LA, Simi Valley down Alice, that Danielle is wondering. Los Angeles, and we got them with 4. Donnell, Hong Kong. What about Hong Kong, Bruce? Would Hong Kong have any count of hotels 1,000 or more? Would they have enough to make the list? You need at least 2 to make this list, and we don't have Hong Kong on the list, believe it or not. Macau. Kent is thinking, Macau is a gambling center of China. It's the Las Vegas of China. Yeah, they've got 4. And Vegas has 32. Rio de Janeiro. Sharon is wondering about Rio. Would they happen to have 1,000 room hotels? Nope, not even 2 of them. They might have 1, but they don't have 2. Sydney, Australia. Sharon is wondering, what about Sydney? Let's find out if Sydney's on the list. Nope, they're not on the list. Barcelona in España. What about that? Kirk is wondering. You got the España in there, didn't you? Barcelona in España does not make the list. It doesn't make the list, but we made the show. Madrid in España. Madrid, the capital city of Spain. Doesn't look like it. I don't have Madrid in here either with 1,000 or larger hotels, room hotels. Dubai. What about Dubai, Bruce? It's got to be in there. Dubai is big and everything. 3 hotels in Dubai, at least 1,000 rooms each, Sharon. What about Detroit? Stephen Butler's wondering, the Motor City, would Detroit happen to have 1,000 room hotels? Nope. Mumbai, Sharon is wondering, what about in India with all those people? Big city of Mumbai, would there be a hotel of at least 1,000 rooms? And the answer is no. Delhi? Nope. Tel Aviv. Sharon wonders about Tel Aviv. Nope. Nashville? A lot of folks come on holidays to Nashville. Is there a hotel big enough in Nashville, or 2 or 3? Nope. Dubai, we did. Boston. Sharon is thinking, gotta be Boston. I mean, hey, nope, not Boston. Paris, we did already. Singapore. What about Singapore? 3. There are 3 hotels, 1,000 rooms or larger. We still have about 7 or 8 to go here. Kevin is wondering about Honolulu in Hawaii. Honolulu, all those high rises down there. Yep, 4 hotels in Honolulu, 1,000 rooms or more. Madrid, we've tried. Lisbon, we've tried España. How about Toronto, Ontario, Canada? Yep, 3 hotels in Toronto, 1,000 rooms or more. Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, Bruce. The author himself is asking. Nope, doesn't show. What about Montreal in Canada? Montreal. Nope, Montreal doesn't work. Houston, Texas. Houston, everything is big in Texas. Is Houston among the cities with at least 2 1,000 room hotels? Nope. Cape Town, South Africa. That's a major place. It is a major place, but nope, it doesn't work for us. San Francisco, yes, 4 in San Francisco. Thank you, Roger. Orlando, we've done. St. Louis. Sharon is asking about St. Louis, maybe. Do they have 1,000 room hotels? Nope. New Orleans. Sharon's wondering about New Orleans. New Orleans, nope, not 2 or more. Nice try, you guys. Vancouver, what about Vancouver in Canada? There are a number of fantastic hotels in Vancouver, and some of them are 5-star, but they're not big enough to count here. Chicago, have we done Chicago? We have 6 already, Kirk. We got Chicago. Arlington, Texas, not showing Arlington, Texas. Nope. Seattle, Washington, have they got 1,000 room hotels? At least 2? Nope. Moscow, yeah, they have 2 in Moscow. Definitely. So Donnell knows, and Sharon's got that one. Atlanta, Stephen's wondering. Yep, there are 3, Stephen, in Atlanta. So that one's another one off the list. Rogers Lincoln, Johannesburg, another South African city. Nope, we don't have it. Time to give you some hints. Let me give you some hints. I'm looking for a city in the United States that's on the eastern seaboard. And you've already guessed Boston. You've already done New York. You've done Philadelphia. I'm looking for an eastern seaboard city to make this work. A human being is thinking, what about Amsterdam, Bruce? The city of Amsterdam. Nope, Amsterdam does not have one. Another city I'm looking for is on the west coast of the United States. I'm looking for one on the east coast. I'm looking for one on the west coast. Okay, you've done Seattle. You've done San Francisco. You've done Los Angeles. But I'm looking for another one. Sharon is wondering, what about Washington, D.C.? Yeah, they have 3, but I'm looking for another city on the east coast. What about Baltimore? That's a good guess. Is Baltimore going to work for us? Nope. And I'm looking for 2 cities now on the west coast. One definitely on the water, and one just off the water, but certainly on the far west. Donnell is wondering, Washington. We got Washington. Stephen Butler, Atlantic City. East Coast, Atlantic City. Yeah. 8 hotels in Atlantic City of 1,000 rooms or more. Gambling mecca of the East Coast. 8. New York City. 9. Orlando. 9. Vegas. 32. Where dare be gambling, dare be big hotels. Yeah. Baltimore, not on the list. Unfortunately, or well, the reality is they're not on the list. Who else we got? Honolulu, we've done. Cairo, maybe in Egypt. Have we got that? No, we don't have anyone in Cairo. I have a city in the Mideast, though, and it's located in a country known for a lot of oil. I'm wondering if anyone can name that city. We've got Frisco. San Diego, here we go. Yeah, I got 4. Number 15 on the list, 4 hotels. San Diego, that is one of the West Coast. I'm looking for one more. LA, Robert, we have already. San Diego, we just got. Thank you, Human and Roger. Charleston, South Carolina. Nope. Phoenix, Bruce. What about Arizona? Phoenix, big city, lots of room. Nope, they do not have 4 or 2 or more 1,000 room hotels. There is another city though in the West, the Western U.S. that has 2 hotels of 1,000 people in the Western United States. I'm looking for one of those. I'm looking for a city that's famous for gambling, but it's not Vegas, and it's not Atlantic City, but it's in America. Oh, what city am I after? Sacramento, people are wondering, asking. Nope, no Sacramento, sorry. Scottsdale, nope. Anaheim, correct. Anaheim, Disneyland. Yeah, Anaheim has 2 1,000 room hotels in Anaheim. Palm Desert, no. Monte Carlo, nope. Kuwait, the Kuwait city in the Mideast, nope. Kuwait City, not going to work. I'm still looking for I'm actually looking for 2 cities now in the United States, still 2 that are famous for gambling. 2 more cities, not Vegas, not Atlantic City, 2 cities in America famous and only exist because of gambling, and they have 1,000-room hotels. Tunica, MS, no. Roger is looking at Jeddah. It's not Jeddah. Nope, it is not Jeddah. But you got the right country. You've got the right country, the wrong city. Captain's Table, the Atlantis, Bahamas, Paradise Island. Yes, that's one, but they don't have another one. Portland in Oregon. They do not have 1,000-room hotels. There's another city I'm looking for in Russia, by the way. We've already got Moscow. I'm looking for another one. I'm looking for another city in Asia. And then Ken was asking about Seattle. We've done that one. Dubai City. No, we've done Dubai. Reno, Nevada. Yes, Reno has 5 1,000 hotel rooms. 1,000 hotel room. 5 hotels with at least 1,000 rooms. Reno, a city of 350,000, 5 of them. But there's a city even more shocking than that in the United States that is known for gambling. And that city has 4 1,000 or larger room hotels. And this city has maybe 50,000 population in the United States, known for gambling. And I'll give you the big hint, it's in Nevada. What city am I talking about in Nevada that could possibly have 4 1,000-room hotels that has 50,000 people? What city am I talking about in Saudi Arabia that has 5 1,000 hotel rooms? And the big hint for this city is if you are of a certain religion, at least once in your lifetime, you must come here. Once, at least one time during your life, you must come to this city. What am I talking about? Where is this place? There's a city in the Midwest in the USA. They've got an NFL football team. They've got a baseball team. They have a basketball team, and they've got a hockey team. And they happen to have 2 1,000-room hotels in this city in the Midwest. Which one am I talking about here? In the country of China, there's another city I'm looking for, and one more in Russia, other than Moscow. What is the other big city in Russia other than Moscow? And there's a city in Indonesia I'm looking for. Those are your hints. They're big hints. Let me know. What city in Saudi Arabia must every Muslim come to, and as a pilgrim? You must come as a pilgrim to this city if you are of the Muslim faith. 5 1,000 hotel rooms in this city in Saudi Arabia. Every year we hear about this place. Unfortunately, many a time we hear tragically that people get crushed to death because of the hordes of people who come to this city over a certain period of time every year. Do you know what city I'm talking about? All righty, the big city in the United States, they have the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Avalanche. It's Denver. They have 2 1,000 rooms hotels. China, it's Beijing, and if anyone guessed Beijing, I apologize. I missed it. In Indonesia, it's Jakarta. They have 2, and in Russia, it's St. Petersburg. That is Vladimir Putin's hometown, actually. In Las Vegas, in Nevada, the city of Laughlin, Nevada, has 4 1,000-room hotels. Laughlin, Nevada. And in Saudi Arabia, it's Mecca, the city of Mecca, Mecca. They have 5 1,000 hotel rooms. How many dozens are between 500 and 1,000? I have no idea, but millions of Muslims a year go to Mecca as a pilgrimage. All right, there's trivia number 2. Done, kids. Trivia question number 2 completed. Are you ready for number 3? How ready are you? Are you ready for trivia? You wanted trivia. I got trivia. Are you handing out thumbs ups today? How many thumbs ups have we got going on today? Are you guys happy that we're doing this show with the trivia show today? Are we getting any thumbs ups because of it? 20 thumbs ups, and I think there are 27 people here. Unbelievable. Leaving me high and dry. What can I say? Welcome all to the program. If you can find the thumbs up button, please hit it as soon as you can. Well, let's get going on the next one here. For trivia today, let me see if I can make this happen here. If I go like that and I go like that, yes, I can do that. Okay, here we go. You tell me cities of the world that have the most Starbucks locations. There are, I'm looking for 25 cities that have the most Starbucks locations. What are they? One answer at a time per posting. Tell me the 25 cities that have the most Starbucks in the world. Lovely. Welcome to the show. Trivia night here on TWB. We haven't done trivia since we lived in Creston. It's been a while. I hope you're all doing well out there. I appreciate all of you joining us today. It's nice to have you all with us. Let's find out what the answers are. And don't mind me here. I've got to catch up with some of you guys. Some of you guys got these answers correct, and I'm missing some of these. Reno, Palm Springs, Cancun, Connecticut. This is for the last one. Branson, Reno, correct. Corvette Man, Reno. Stephen Butler had it. St. Petersburg, correct. Branson, Missouri, gambling town? Nope, doesn't work. St. Petersburg, yes. Atlantic City. Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Laughlin, Stephen Butler had it. Donnell had Mecca. Kevin had it. Sorry, folks, I missed all of these comments. I was my machine glitched out. Salt Lake City, Mecca, Mecca, St. Louis, Mecca, St. Louis. Look for a Midwest city. Carson City, by the way. You were probably yelling at your screen and I wasn't reacting to you. I apologize for that. Minneapolis, St. Paul, Sochi, St. Petersburg, Jakarta, Kuala Lumpur, and Rhoda, Mecca. I'm ready, says Sharon. I'm ready. I'm a human being. I'm ready. Yes, thumbs up. Kevin, number 17 for me. I got that. I got the thumbs up. Hooray for trivia tonight. All right, here we are. The first answers are coming in for the cities with the most Starbucks locations. I'm going to try not to screw this up. All right. The first city being guessed by Sharon right here. Seattle. Well, the home of Starbucks is Seattle. And you are correct. Seattle used to be probably number one at one time. They are now at 142 locations. And that would put them at around ninth place or so, eighth place in the world. Kirk Brunson is thinking, my hometown, man, New York City. What about the Big Apple, baby? Yeah, number 2 in the world. 277 Starbucks at last count. Sharon got it as well. Human Being got Seattle. Sharon is thinking London, England. What about London, man? Yeah, 202 Starbucks in London. Orlando, Sharon is thinking, if you've got all those big hotels in Orlando, wouldn't you have a lot of Starbucks in Orlando? I mean, it would stand to reason, wouldn't you think? And I'm looking at the list, and I can't find Orlando at all. Stephen is thinking Seattle, Donnell, Seattle. But Sharon is now coming at me with, what about Las Vegas? You know what? You are correct. That will qualify. 136 in Las Vegas. Human Being, Beijing, China, Bruce. Have they got a bunch there? 137 in Beijing. What about Chicago? Sharon wants to know. 164. It looks like fifth most in the world. Seattle is being guessed again. LA from Sharon. She's thinking LA now. Los Angeles, 105 at last report. I'm sure that's higher by now. Seattle again. Tokyo. Kirk is wondering about Tokyo. Let's take a look for Tokyo in Japan. Nope, not on the list at this point. San Francisco, though. What about San Francisco? 82 locations. Yes, definitely top 20. Donnell, Houston, Texas. Big city, man. Big state. Houston, yep, 135 locations, right with Vegas. Chicago? Have we done Chicago? Yes, we have. And CJ, Seattle, of course. Sharon is wondering Dallas. Hey, if you've got Houston, you got to have Dallas, wouldn't you think? Wouldn't that make sense? Yep, 84 locations in Dallas. England, that's not a city, but, it's an area. Starbucks, New York City. Yep, a whole bunch of them. Nashville. What about Nashville, Bruce? Would they happen to have a bunch of Starbucks? Not on the list. Paris, France. No, there's no way that Starbucks is going to take over from all those cafes in Paris. There are Starbucks in Paris. I've been to one, not by design. Jen and I were in Paris. We would have gone into a cafe. We walked by a cafe, couldn't find anywhere to sit down, packed. Went a half a block further. We had to use the bathroom in the worst way. Starbucks had a 2-story cafe, delicious coffee, and the bathrooms were nice and clean. Thank you very much. London, we've done it. London has been done. Portland, Bruce, Seattle, and then just south of Seattle is Portland. They would have expanded right to Portland right away. Wouldn't they have a bunch of Starbucks? Yes, 102. They make the list. Beijing, we've done Beijing. Boston, they drink coffee in Boston. They drink beer in Boston. They drink a lot of beer in Boston. No, they're not in the Starbucks doesn't make they didn't make the list. Boston didn't make the list. Lisbon, Portugal. Lisbon in Portugal does not make the list. Madrid, España. In España, Madrid, nope, not on the list. Or what about Barcelona, España? No, did not make the list either. Barcelona is not on the list, nor Madrid. Isn't that something? Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Yeah, 160 locations in Toronto, top 5. Vancouver, 108 locations, number 14 or so. Miami. Not showing Miami on the list, but I'm sure they're up there. San Diego, going down the West Coast. Just keep going. 127 in San Diego. Phoenix, 196 in Phoenix. Denver, Colorado, not on the list. Denver, Colorado. What about Charleston? Is that South Carolina by chance? South Carolina? Charleston is not on the list for Starbucks. Hong Kong, Ken is wondering. Yes, sir. Hong Kong, 75 locations, 23rd on the list. Memphis, Tennessee, not on the list. St. Louis, is that Louis? St. Louis, nope. What about San Antonio? Nope, not even San Antonio. How about Denver? Did we do Denver? I think we did. Macau, hey, we're thinking like with those big hotels. No, Macau does not make the big list for Starbucks. Washington, D.C., 81 locations in Washington. Baltimore, what about Baltimore from Sharon? Nope. We're coming down here. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to go, including number 1. 8 to go, including number 1 in the world. Tokyo, we've done, I believe, already, and it didn't make the top 25, which is shocking. Rio de Janeiro, not on the list. Sharon, Kevin points out that Dunkin' is bigger in Boston than Starbucks, so maybe that's what's going on there. Mexico City, Donnell wants to know. Sir, you've got one of the top 10 right there, 7th largest in the world. Mexico City, well done. Albany, New York, no. Buffalo, New York, Cleveland, nope, not going to do it. We've got Cincinnati, home of WKRP, nope. Atlanta, in the Atlantic coast there, you'd think with all those casinos, nope. Mexico City, we got Sydney, Australia. What about Sydney, Australia? That's a big town, yes, but it doesn't have Starbucks on the top counter here. Stephen Butler, what about Calgary? Calgary in Canada, yeah, number 12. Calgary, number 12 in the world. 121 locations. Calgarians love their coffee. Alberta, yeah, that's right. Doug is going, that's Alberta. Creston, maybe, where you used to go for? No. Tel Aviv in Israel, Bruce. Does Tel Aviv make the list? No. We still are looking for the number 1 and number 3 city of the world. Las Vegas is being guessed. I think we have it already. I'm looking for another city. I'm looking for 1, 2, 3 cities, 4 cities in Asia, 1 in Europe, and 2 in North America, 1 in Canada and 1 in America. Wow. Speaking of WKTI, I'm not sure what this means. I'm looking for a city in California, I'm looking for a city in Canada. I'm looking for a city that is located on an island in Asia. Now, Jeff is thinking Singapore. What about Singapore, Bruce? Singapore was not on the list and is not on the list at all, actually. New Delhi, no, not on the list. Have we done Montreal? It doesn't matter. It's not Montreal. As a matter of fact, I'll double check Montreal if it was even on the list. I don't think so. Sacramento, nope. Anaheim, nope. Quebec City, nope. Mumbai in India, nope. Montreal, nope. Macau, nope. I'm still looking for 1, 2, 3 cities in Asia, 1 in Europe, and 1 in Canada. We've done Toronto, we've done Montreal, we've done Vancouver, we've done Calgary. Looking for a Canadian city. Winnipeg, a great town, but nope, that's not the city. But you're in the correct half of the country. You're in the western half of Canada. You're in the right half. Vancouver, we've done. So it's not Vancouver. Ottawa's in the east. Buffalo is, no, Berlin, Germany, we've done already. Hong Kong, we've done already. Looking for a city in Asia that's on an island of 27 million people. Robert, speaking of WKRP, the call sign is currently being used at a radio station in Georgia, by the way. How about that? Victoria, right? You know, in British Columbia, there's Vancouver on the mainland. Victoria is on the island, but no, it's not Vancouver. It's not Victoria. What about Seoul, South Korea? #1 city in the world. Seoul, South Korea. 284 locations. New York, 277. The #3 city has 256. It's in China, and you haven't guessed it yet. It's not Beijing. What is it? The other city I'm looking for in Asia is on an island off the coast of China. Kevin is thinking, you're looking for a Western Canadian city, and it's not Calgary, Vancouver, Victoria, or Winnipeg? What about Edmonton, home of the Edmonton Oilers? Yes, Edmonton's 72. Number 24 in the world, Edmonton. Can you believe it? Sharon, Shanghai. Yes, 256 locations, 3rd highest on the planet, Shanghai. Tokyo, we've done. Hong Kong, we've done. Shanghai, Donnell, you got it. 1 left, 2 left. 1 in California, 1 city in California, and 1 off the island, an island just off the coast of China, home to 27 million people. And another city that you could say is in Europe and in Asia. It's actually in both continents. There's a city that's in both continents, right at the meeting point. What city am I talking about here? That's Amsterdam came in. No, we're not looking for Amsterdam. I'm looking for 3 cities. A city that straddles Asia and Europe at the same time. A city on an island just off the coast of China with 27 million people. It's its own. It considers itself its own country. The Chinese don't consider its own country. There's another hint for you. San Francisco, Istanbul. Yes, Istanbul, Kirk, and Sharon nailed it. It's Istanbul, Turkey is actually, half of it is in Europe and half of it is in Asia. How about that? We've got Sacramento. No. Taipei, Taiwan. Yes. In Asia, 109 locations in Taipei, Taiwan, just off the coast of China. Cairo, Montreal, and Ceylon. 1 city left in California, and it's not Anaheim. It's not Los Angeles. It's not San Diego. San Francisco. Nope. It's not Bakersfield. I'll tell you that. What city am I talking about? Is it Fresno? No, not San Diego, not Fresno. Let's just think about a city that is near San Francisco, but is not Oakland, and is very famous for everything we're working on right now, everything we're using right now to be here, to talk to each other, to communicate with each other, for me to do this. There's a city that I'm talking about. Is Century City, San Francisco, Palm Springs? No. Sharon, San Jose, California. Yes, Silicon Valley. 71 at last count. San Jose, Silicon Valley, where all the programmers are and all the software engineers. And You name it, are absolutely home of Apple. Well, Cupertino, kind of a burb area there. San Jose, Seoul is number one. Yeah. Oakland, how about that? That is it. You got that one. Well done, everybody. 2 to go. I've got 2 quizzes left for you. Are you up for it? 2 more. And we're getting ready now to do the second last quiz of the day. I hope you're having fun today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Jen and I appreciate you very much. We've got, it looks like about 28 of you are here, and the thumbs up meter now is showing 23 thumbs ups. Keep them coming in. Do appreciate it. It's trivia night tonight here on TWB. It's super trivia night, as says Sharon. Human being, yes, bring it on. All right, here we go. Here's your next trivia question. Tell me the names, male and or female, both. I'm looking for men and women's names, most times nominated for an Oscar. What actors, men and women, have been nominated the most for an Oscar in the history of the Oscars? Fire away with your guesses. What actors and actresses have had the most nominations all time for Oscar nominations? Oh my goodness, that was very tasty. Sharon is going, Mike, Kirk, Michelle, Catherine. I have no idea what people these are. I need first and last name. I need some kind of a help here. Sharon is thinking Meryl. There's only one Meryl that we know of. That would be Meryl Streep, and we'll give you that. Meryl Streep is the #1 actress of all actors. She has 21 nominations. The second place has 9. Meryl is in a class all by herself. And Sharon, look, you can't get lazy. I need the names here. Jack and Robert, I need first and last names. Meryl Streep, yes. Katharine Hepburn, says Sharon. Yes, Katharine Hepburn is #2 at 12. Jack Nicholson is #3 at 12. Sharon is wondering about Brad Pitt. Has Brad Pitt been nominated enough? He's won. I know he's won an Oscar for sure, but he doesn't make the list for the most. If you've been nominated and you won, that's 1. But 6 or more, not Brad Pitt. Al Pacino, captain's table, 9 times. 9 times. Leonardo DiCaprio. What about Leonardo, Bruce? Leonardo DiCaprio, 6 nominations. Yes, he makes the list. Katharine Hepburn, we have it. Morgan Freeman. What about Morgan Freeman? I don't have Morgan in the top 39. There's 39 names. I don't have him in here. Robert Redford, yes. I believe I've got him in here. Let me triple check that. Where are we? Oh, maybe not. Maybe not 6 or more. Robert Redford. No, but very close pal of his is on this list. Co-star that he co-starred in a number of movies with, definitely in here. What about Glenn Close? Sharon wants to know. Is Glenn Close making this list? It's 8 times. He's been nominated 8 times. Paul Newman, yes, Sharon, that is his buddy. 9 times for Paul Newman. Daniel Day-Lewis. What about Daniel Day-Lewis? Yep, 6 times. 6 times. San Jose was from the old question. Morgan Freeman, we've tried. Robert De Niro. Yes, Robert De Niro has been nominated 8 times for an actor. Gregory Peck, there's a name, a classic name from the past. Gregory Peck. Not 6 nominations. He won Oscars, but he didn't get nominated at least 6 or more. Betty Davis, yes, 10 times. Actress. Of the top 4, 3 are women, by the way, just so you know. Dustin Hoffman. Bruce, what about Dustin Hoffman? I believe we have a correct answer here. Yep, 7 nominations for Dustin Hoffman. Kate Winslet. 7 times nominated. Humphrey Bogart. Humphrey Bogart. Let's take a look for Humphrey Bogart. Nope, not 6 or more. Denzel Washington. What about Denzel? 9 times. 9 times. Yes. Clint Eastwood. Donnell is wondering, what about that guy, Clint Eastwood? I do not believe he's on the list. Can you believe it? Clint Eastwood doesn't have 6 or more. Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor. I'm looking. Nope. Elizabeth Taylor is not on the list. Can you believe that? The incredible. What about Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise. Has he been on nominated at least 6 times as an actor? Nope, not Tom Cruise. Ryan O'Neal? Ryan O'Neal. Looking for Ryan O'Neal's name. Nope, not Ryan O'Neal. Judy Garland. She was, after all, in a number of movies. Judy Garland, great voice, but no, did not make it, even with The Wizard of Oz. Shirley Temple didn't make it either. No, Shirley Temple did not win Oscars and was not nominated. Olivia de Havilland, Bruce. Olivia de Havilland, one of the classic all-time actors of all time. Olivia de Havilland did not get nominated at least 6 times. All right, Mel Gibson. What about Mel? You know, he's had his problems, but one hell of an actor, you know, all those years. Well, Mel Gibson. Let's take a quick peek. I do not have him here. No, Meryl Streep we've got. Clark Gable. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn, you know, that guy. He was in Gone with the Wind, you know, and a number of other movies. No, Clark Gable was not nominated 6 more times. Tom Hanks? Yes. We have Tom Hanks 6 times. He won at least twice. Clint Eastwood probably has more nominations as a director. You might be right. Marlon Brando. What about Marlon Brando? Absolutely. 8 nominations. Marlon Brando, Godfather and others. Joan Crawford. What about Joan Crawford? We're looking for Joan Crawford here, and we do not find her name. Demi Moore. Demi Moore. We do not find Demi's name either. Clark Gable, no. Robert Duvall. Robert, yes, 7 times. That's another one. Walt Disney, no. Shirley Temple was a special youth Oscar in an early award ceremony. Ken Correcta. Cary Grant, one of the greatest of all times. And yet, not nominated. He might have been nominated 5 times. Maybe he won the Oscar 3 or 4 times. He didn't get nominated 6 or more to make the list. What about Gene Hackman, Bruce? Talk about an actor that worked and worked and worked. He retired about 10-something years ago, and he had a fantastic career, but he does not make the list. Betty Davis, we have. Thank you, Jeff. Gene Hackman, we got him again. Henry Fonda, Bruce. Henry Fonda. What about that man? Did he make it? Henry Fonda did not make it 6 times, but a relative of his made it. One of his children made it. Jane Fonda, Sharon, yes, 7 times. 7 times. You need some hints? One of the greatest British actors of all time, known more for Shakespeare. One of the greatest actors of all times. The gentleman that starred opposite Katharine Hepburn in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner was his last film. He passed away within 6 months of making that movie. Couldn't get insurance on him. The studio could not get insurance on this man. So the actors guaranteed his salary to the studio, and he has been nominated 9 times. Let's see here. We have Harrison Ford. Nope. Kevin Costner. Has Kevin been nominated at least 6 or more times? Nope. Colin Firth. Nope. Kenneth Branagh. Kenneth Branagh. No. What about Laurence Olivier? That is correct. Lawrence, Sharon and Donnell nailed it right away. the Shakespearean actor, great dramatic actor. 10 times he was the fourth highest ever. Spencer Tracy, yes. Spencer Tracy starred with Katharine Hepburn and many other movies with her and elsewhere. He was nominated 9 times. Spencer Tracy. Barbara Streisand, was she nominated at least 6 or more times? The answer is no. She won the Oscar maybe more than once, but not 6 or more nominations. Peter O'Toole, yes. Peter O'Toole was nominated 8 times, never won the Oscar until he got an honorary Oscar. John Wayne, no. John Wayne was never really nominated. He won an Oscar in his last go-around. He might have been nominated 4 or 5 times, and he won it at the very end of his career. Christopher Reeves, no. William Hurt, great actor, award winner, but not nominated enough. Some more hints. The actress who played opposite Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie Titanic, what was her name? The actor who loved to golf but was lousy at it, and he was known as the co-star in The Odd Couple. Do you remember that movie? Irma la Douce. Do you remember that movie? We got Peter Ustinov. Was he nominated at least 6 or more times? Peter Ustinov. Nope. Joan Fontaine, question mark. Joan Fontaine. Nope. Kate Winslet, yes. Kate. Well, we have Kate Winslet. I'm sorry. Kate Winslet was probably the actress who played opposite. I'm thinking of now someone else entirely, but that name, first name is Kate, but with a C. Who am I talking about? Somebody already guessed Kate Winslet. Yes, it has been done. Jack Lemmon, though. Yes, Jack Lemmon definitely was in The Odd Couple. Let's see. An actress who was incredibly famous in the 40s and the 50s and then wanted never to be photographed again. She retired from making movies and she went into seclusion, I believe in Denmark, and was almost never photographed for the rest of her life. Do you know who I'm talking about? Do you know the actor that was known as the Dude and also was the lead actor in a movie called Starman, one of my favorites? Can you tell me who that is? The gentleman that was married to Elizabeth Taylor. Tumultuous marriage. I think they were married twice. Who am I talking about here? Kate Blanchett. Thank you. Kate was not in Titanic, right? It's my fault there. Rita Hayworth. What about Rita Hayworth, Bruce? Was Rita Hayworth nominated 6 or more? No. Robin Williams? No. Greta Garbo. Greta, are you talking about Greta Garbo? I'm not talking about Greta Garbo, and I hope I didn't mislead anybody. Jeff Bridges, though, is the actor who was in Starman and was the Dude. Susan Sarandon did not get nominated at least 6 times. She definitely, I think, won an Oscar, though. Richard Burton, yes, Richard Burton, correct. 7 nominations, absolutely. I'm going to give you some hints here. The actress, there's an actress I'm looking for, and her first name starts with the letter G, and her last name starts with the letter P. Looking for an actress from the 50s. Her initials were GG. Who else am I looking for? Oh, I'm looking for an actor that has been in 70 movies, including being the father to Mike Myers in the movie The Spy Who Loved Me. No, what was the name of those movies? The takeoff of James Bond movies. Behave. The father of Mike Myers. He played that role. Absolutely brilliant actor. James Cagney, question mark. Did James Cagney get nominated at least 6 times? No, believe it or not. Marilyn Monroe, no. James Dean, no. James Caan, no. James Caan, no. Also not. Who am I looking for here? I'm looking for the actor who ate human beings. He won an Oscar because he ate human beings. Who am I talking about here? The actress who starred with Cary Grant in a romantic comedy, one of the greatest romantic comedies in all of film history from 1954. And this romance took place on a transatlantic ocean liner. Do you remember the actress that's co-starred with Cary Grant in one of the greatest love stories of all time? Jodie Foster, by the way, Bruce. Yes, that's the actress. I'm looking for the actor that she worked with. Who's the actor who liked to eat people? She didn't eat people. She was an FBI agent. He was the eater of the people. Anthony Hopkins, exactly. Anthony Hopkins, 6 nominations right there. Do you remember the movie Fargo? I believe the actress who won the Oscar for Fargo. Who else am I looking for? Coal miner's daughter, maybe. She played that part. Deborah Kerr was in An Affair to Remember with Cary Grant, and one of the greatest love movies, romantic movies of all time. If you watched Sleepless in Seattle, you know the movie An Affair to Remember, because you would meet at the top of the Empire State Building. Oh, yes. Frances McDermott was in Fargo. Yes, Frances McDermott is exactly 6 nominations. Absolutely correct. Do you remember the actress that was in a baseball movie? It was a women's baseball league, and she was the catcher? Do you remember the gal that played the catcher in the baseball movie about a women's professional baseball league in the 40s and 50s? I'm looking for that gal. I'm looking for the actor that was Mike Myers' father. Oh, I can't remember his name in the darn movie. I'm trying to remember any one of the 3 movies he did. It was all takeoffs of 007. Oh my goodness! Oh, behave! My goodness, what was his name? And that movie? And oh my god, they spoke in an English, a Cockney accent that neither made sense, and you had the subtitles down below. You could understand what they're saying. Oh my goodness! If Jen was here, I could ask her, but she's taking a bath right now. Meg Ryan, no. Betty Davis, maybe, no. Gina Davis. It was a Davis. It was Gina Davis. Yes, Gina Davis. Thank you, Gina Davis, but I'm now looking for another actress. Oh my gosh. Gosh darn it. Who was this gal? Oh my Lord. Trying to put these people together here. Gina Davis, Julia Roberts, Austin Powers. Okay, Austin Powers had a father in the 3rd movie that made an appearance in the movie. He wore thick, huge glasses. He was in all kinds of movies. You think I can name any of them? Sweet Liberty. Do you ever remember the movie Sweet Liberty with Alan Alda? This gentleman played the lead actor in this fake movie in Sweet Liberty. Funny as hell. John Houseman. No, John Houseman. And who else am I thinking about? I'm thinking about an actress, a female actress from, I believe, England, who would now be in her late 80s. And she starred in a pile of movies. She was James Bond's boss, M. She played the part of M in the actual James Bond movies when Pierce Brosnan was Bond. And the first movies of the current Bond was what was her name? Michael Caine, correct. Jim, you had it. You were on it. And Stephen had it. Michael Caine. 6 Oscar nominations. Thank you very much. I'm struggling to give you guys hints, let alone tell you who this is. Judi Dench. Thank you, Sharon. Judi Dench, 8 nominations. Geraldine Page had 8 nominations. Ingrid Bergman, I thought, went in seclusion as well. 7 nominations. Greer Garson, female actress from the 50s, had 7. Amy Adams, I think she has the red hair, current actress, 6 times. Ellen Burstyn, 6 nominations. Jessica Lange has 6 nominations. And I was trying to remember one of her movies. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't come up with it. Emma Thompson, people are asking. Thanks, Bruce, for this great trivia. One more coming. Vanessa Redgrave, Thelma Ritter, Maggie Smith, and Sissy Spacek were the others who all got 6 nominations. Demi Moore doesn't make the list with 6 nominations for Oscar nominations. How about that? All right, we got one more trivia question. Let's get to it before I lose you to boredom. Thank you all for joining me today. It's great to have you with us, and I hope you're having fun. We're having a trivia day today here on TWB. What about King Kong? Jessica Lange won Best Supporting Actress for Tootsie. That's where I'm thinking of her. There was sort of a very emotional scene with her and Dustin Hoffman. Yes, Jessica Lange. We're not bored, believe me. Was Butler in Batman. Michael Caine was Butler in Batman, and he was in Sweet Liberty, and he has been in. Was he in Alfie? Wasn't he in the movie Alfie? That was his breakout role, was it not? Phenomenal actor. All right, this is your last trivia question of the night. You notice how dark it's getting out there? Get ready. Here we go. I'm looking for cities of the United States, the largest cities in the United States. However, they only have one word in their name. So I'm not looking for San Francisco. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for a city that has one word. Fire away, everybody. Donnell, yes. Yes, as human being. Stephen, no, I was not in Batman, says Stephen Butler. Sharon is thinking, what about Memphis, Tennessee, Bruce? Is Memphis big enough to be one of the top 75 cities in the United States of America that has a one-word name? Yes, it is the 20th largest city in America. Memphis, Tennessee is number 20. What about Nashville? I mean, you got Nashville, you got Tennessee. You got to have Nashville. It's got to be close. Nashville is number 25, right behind it. Absolutely. Dallas, Sharon's thinking, same as Donnell. Great minds think alike. Dallas, Texas, number 9 city in America. Absolutely. Human beings thinking Philadelphia. Number 5 city in America, and the 3rd largest in this question. Houston, Texas, Bruce, number 2. That is the 4th largest city in the United States. Kimberly, hello, Bruce, from stormy Rochester, New York. I'm having fun here. I'm loving this. Thank you, Kimberly, for joining me tonight. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. Keep them coming in. Ken, Detroit, Michigan, baby. Yes, Detroit, Michigan, the 18th largest city in America. At one time, one of the top 5 largest cities in the United States. But that was the 50s, man, the 50s and the 60s. We've already got Dallas, but Sharon is thinking Denver, Colorado. Yes, Denver is definitely on the list. 26th largest city in the United States. Steven's got that one as well. Sharon's thinking Detroit. We've got Detroit. Captain Stable, Chicago, man. It's got to be Chicago. It's the 3rd largest city in America. The largest city in America with one word. How about that? The first 2 would be what? New York City and what? What's the 2nd largest city of America? It's not one word. I'm just thinking. I always thought Houston and Dallas and. Oh, I know which one it might be. No, it's not. It's not that one. I'm not going to give any away. You guys think this out. Okay, Sacramento, California. The capital city of California. Yet 35th largest city in the United States. Buffalo, New York. Buffalo, New York is definitely one of the largest 75. I just have to find 70th larger. There are 75 cities that make this list. The last one on this list is the 102nd largest city of the United States, just so you know. Ken is wondering, is Cleveland one of the cities that's in there? Indeed it is. Cleveland, Ohio is number 45, unfortunately slipping. Boston, yes, number 22 in America. Albany, New York. The capital city of New York, would that have a ranking in the top 75 cities, or would be one of the biggest 75 with just a single word? Albany, I gotta look. I'm looking. I am digging here. Excuse me. I'm not finding it quickly. I'll keep watching for it, but I don't see it yet. Houston, we have done Houston. Charleston. Sharon wants Charleston so bad on any of these results. Is Charleston anywhere, Bruce? I'll tell you. Charleston. Charleston. One word city in America. Can't find it. Can't find Charleston. Houston, we've done. Buffalo, we've done. Seattle. Stephen wants to know Seattle. Yep, the 23rd largest city in America. Savannah, Georgia. Is it going to work for us? Savannah, I'm not finding it. I'm not finding Savannah, Georgia. What about Toledo, Ohio? Toledo, Ohio. 66th largest city. Yeah, far away from 102nd. Philadelphia, we got Cincinnati. Where are we? Number 62 largest city in the United States. How about Tallahassee, Florida, Bruce? Tallahassee. That's one word. A one-word city called Tallahassee. I'm not finding Tallahassee. Not finding it. Not finding Tallahassee. Go figure. Can't find Tallahassee. Cleveland, I think we've done, haven't we? Yes, we have. Duluth in Michigan. Would that qualify for one of the 102nd largest overall cities? I'm not finding Duluth in Wisconsin. Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, Atlanta would show at number 40. That's probably the metropolitan area or the capital city of Atlanta. Minneapolis would be somewhere at number 48. Yes, Miami. Number 44. We got it. Orlando, Florida. Yep, number 79 largest city. Chicago we got. Nashville we got. Chicago we got. Miami we got. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Let's take a look for Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 46. Yes. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, number 28. Los Angeles is 2 words. No good, Donnell. No. Second biggest. That would be the second biggest, though. You guys are right. You're on top of me now. New York, Los Angeles, Chicago. There you go. Very good. The second city. Thank you, everybody, for all that. I forgot. I'm so wrapped up in this quiz. Sacramento, we've looked up. Atlanta, we've looked up. Anaheim, Bruce. Anaheim, suburb, but it's its own city. Number 54 largest city in the United States. Home of what used to be known as the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, or the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Reno, Nevada, 89th largest city, the biggest little city in the world with at least 5 1,000-room hotels. Albany, New York, and California. Either or, haven't found it. Portland, Oregon, number 29 largest city in the United States. Providence, Rhode Island. What about Providence, Rhode Island? Would it make the list, Bruce? Not finding Providence at all. How about Denver, Bruce? Denver in Colorado. We've done it. Number 26. Indianapolis is number 12. Hartford, Connecticut. Hartford is here. I know it's here. It's got to be here. Hartford. Why am I not finding Hartford? Is it me? Hartford, Connecticut. I'm not finding Hartford. What is it me? Is there something wrong with Hartford? There must be something wrong with Hartford. Seattle, we've done. Anchorage, Alaska. Anchorage in Alaska. Is it in the top 102nd largest cities in the United States? Number 64, yes. Dallas, we've done. Columbus in Ohio. Columbus, Ohio is number 15 in the United States. Honolulu in Hawaii, Honolulu, number 53 largest city in the United States. Albuquerque, number 32 in New Mexico. We got it. Thank you, everybody. We have Portland already. Charlotte, we've tried Charlotte. Have we not already tried Charlotte? Checking. Not finding it. I found it. Number 17, North Carolina. Got it. It's right at the front. That's why I can't find it. Houston, we've done. Boise, Idaho. Bruce, Boise, Idaho. The capital city of Idaho. I'm not finding Boise. I would have thought it would have been in here, though. I would have thought it would have made the list because there are a couple of cities here on this list that I thought Boise was bigger than these guys. What am I thinking? I'm not finding Boise. Miami we've done. Seattle we've done. Cincinnati we've done. Dayton, Ohio. Dayton, Ohio. Is it on the list? Ohio in Dayton, Ohio. I'm not finding Dayton. Sorry. Chicago. We've got Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, big city. Number 11 in America. The 11th largest city. Provo, Utah. Provo in Utah. Not finding Provo in Utah. Boston, we've done. Rochester, New York. Rochester. Yes, number 98, the fourth last on the list. Omaha. Omaha should be on the list. Number 42, largest city in the United States. Duluth, Minnesota. Exactly. I'm looking for Duluth, Minnesota. And I couldn't find Duluth, Minnesota. And so it's not there. Cheyenne. What about Cheyenne, Bruce? Cheyenne, Wyoming, I believe. Cheyenne, Wyoming. Not finding Cheyenne. Milwaukee, we've done. We're moving on to Cleveland. We've done Pittsburgh, home of the Steelers. It is the 59th largest city in the United States, believe it or not. Richmond, probably Virginia. Richmond, have we got Richmond on the list? Let's take a look. Richmond. Can't find Richmond. Cannot find it. Seattle, we've done. Portland, we've done. Juneau in Alaska, not on the list. Good night, Bruce. See you tomorrow morning, 8:30. Thank you, Robert. Kirk, Phoenix, Bruce. Phoenix is on the list at number 6. And I'm now looking for the 14th and 21st largest city still. Shreveport, Louisiana. Shreveport. Is it big enough to count? It does not look like so. Tampa doesn't look like it, but Tampa is number 55. Here we go. Scottsdale, Bruce, number 92. Baltimore, Maryland, number 21. Nashville, we've done. Pittsburgh, we've done. Birmingham, Alabama. Is it on here? Yes, number 97, the 5th smallest on this list. Spokane, Washington, Bruce, the 3rd smallest on this list. 102nd largest city in America, Spokane, Washington. Providence, we couldn't find. Boise, we couldn't find. Newark in New Jersey. Newark is where is Newark? Have we already done Newark? Or what? Newark, New Jersey. Let's take a look here. Newark. This is so much fun. Sometimes it's just so much fun. I can't find Newark. Oh, here it is. The 68th largest city. NJ is the symbol. Yes, Amarillo, Texas. Amarillo, Bruce. Amarillo in the morning. What is that called? Whatever. Texas, Amarillo. A lot of cities in Texas. Did someone give me Arlington already? Because it's on here. If I missed it, I apologize. Maybe it's another quiz. Texas, Amarillo. I ain't finding no Amarillo in Texas. Craig, Columbia, South Carolina, Bruce. SC, South Carolina. SC. So I can't find it. I can't find it. Trenton, New Jersey. Nope. Camden, no. Austin, Texas. Yes. The 14th largest city in the United States is Austin, Texas. Believe it or not, it's a top 15 largest city in all of America. Austin, Texas. Who thinks of Austin? Nobody. Springfield anywhere? Is any Springfield on this list, Bruce? Any one of them? There's all kinds of Springfields. Not one is bigger than the 102nd largest city. Charlotte, can't find it. Washington, D.C., Bruce. Yes, the 24th largest city, the nation's capital itself. Nashville, Tennessee, we've done. I am now going to have to give you hints. I'm looking for a city in Kentucky. I'm looking for a city in Arizona, but not Phoenix. I'm looking for a city in Arizona, not Scottsdale. I'm looking for a city in California that was the one of the cities that started the housing crisis in 2008. One of them. I'm looking for a city in Arizona that's a suburb of Phoenix. Another one. I'm looking for a city in North Carolina. Anybody know? I'm looking for a city in California that's near San Francisco. Kind of near. What about Lexington, Bruce? Is that a city that will make the list tonight? Yes, number 63, largest city. And what about Louisville? Sharon wants to know. Yes, number 27, largest city. We got it. Secaucus? No. Lexington, we've done Louisville. We've done. How about Tucson? Tucson, Arizona. Yes, Tucson, Arizona, number 33. Scottsdale. No. El Paso, Texas. El Paso, Texas. Let's take a look for El Paso, Texas. Don't mind me. I'm looking for El Paso TX. And it's 2 words. I'm looking for 1-word city, guys. That's why I can't find it. Oh my goodness. Sacramento, we've done. Charlotte, we've done. Raleigh, North Carolina, Bruce. Raleigh, were you calling for that one? Were you calling for that city, Bruce? Let me double check here. Yes, Raleigh, North Carolina, number 43. Thank you, Kimberly. Oakland, California, near San Francisco, you said? I did. I said so. Number 47, yes. Flagstaff. No, Flagstaff's not what I'm looking for. Jacksonville, Florida, Bruce. We've done it. It's the 11th largest city in the United States of America. Also unappreciated. It's so big. Nobody knows how big that place is. Sedona, Arizona, Bruce. AZ, Sedona. Don't think so. We already got Scottsdale, everybody. There is a city in Arizona I'm looking for. That's not that one. I'm looking for 2 Arizona cities. Any more? Am I looking for any more than 2? I'm looking for 3 Arizona cities still, and Sedona isn't one of them. Think about suburbs of Phoenix. Other than Scottsdale, are there any others you can think of? What about Pasadena, California, Bruce? Pasadena, California. I'm looking for small cities, cities that have to do with Los Angeles suburb area. Definitely looking. Not finding Pasadena, though. What about Phoenix itself? We did Phoenix. What about Albuquerque? We did it. Topeka, Kansas, Bruce. Topeka, Kansas. Is it one of the 102nd largest 102 largest cities in the United States? No, it's not. Reno, we've done. Tulsa, Oklahoma, we've done, I believe. I'm still looking for some California and Arizona cities. I'm looking for a city in Kansas, but it's not called Kansas. What's that city I'm looking for? A city in Colorado, but it's not Denver. Anybody know that one? I am definitely looking for the city that caused or was the epicenter of the housing crisis in the United States in 2008. Definitely the center of the problem. Lawrence, Kansas, KS. Lawrence, Kansas. No, I don't think so. Nope, I'm looking for another city. And there was a song written about it by Glenn Campbell. I think Honolulu, we've done it. So Ken is going. Sharon, Golden, Colorado. CO, Golden, Colorado. No, I'm looking for a city that's not Golden. No, continuing. Boulder, Colorado. Is that it? No, that's not the first one. And nope, it's not Boulder. It's just one city in Colorado I'm looking for. It's not Boulder. What about Wichita, Kansas? You're talking about Kansas? Yeah, number 49 city is Wichita. Well done, Ken Correca. What about Mesa, Bruce? Mesa, Arizona. That is a suburb of Phoenix, isn't it? It is. Is it on the list? No, it is not. Let me double check. No, it is. Number 38 city in America, Mesa, Arizona. Thank you. Galveston, Texas, Bruce. Galveston, that's a town. They go cruising out of there, you know. Not in the 102nd ranking or higher. No, Tucson, we've done. TWB. Kimberly, that's not going to help me. Let's see. We're looking for a Colorado city. We're looking for a California city. Texas, city in Texas. In Nebraska, the biggest city in Nebraska. I'm looking for that one. Anybody know? I think it's the capital. A city in Nevada home to at least two 1,000-room hotels. At least two, maybe four. I think it's home to 3 or 4, and it was a surprise that this small little city had that many, and it wasn't Reno, because we've already done Reno. What Nevada city am I talking about? Anaheim, Bruce? We've done Anaheim. Riverside, yes, Riverside, California is on the list as one of the largest cities in America. One word name, 61st out of the 100, out of the 102 ranking here. Omaha, Nebraska. Is it Omaha you're looking for? We've done NE already. I need another city in New Brunswick. It's not Omaha. It's the other big city. Reno, we've done. Irvine, Texas, or California. There's Irvine, Texas. We got it. There's Irvine, California. It's a 2-4. We got the 94th and 96th largest cities in the United States. Well done, Ken. What about Laughlin, Nevada, Bruce? Laughlin, is that possibly it? Laughlin, excuse me. No, it's not Laughlin. It's I have to correct myself here. This city is in Nevada. It's a suburb of Las Vegas. It's not Laughlin. You were right on that guess I gave you. That's not the one. I confused this with the other one. Lincoln, Nebraska, by the way, coming in from Steve and Sharon. Yeah, Lincoln, Nebraska, the 72nd largest city in the United States in Nebraska. Yes, thank you for that one. Still looking for 1, 2, 3, 4 California cities. 4 more. One is a standalone city. That's the 34th largest in the country. It's not quite as big as Tucson, but it's bigger than Sacramento and Mesa and Atlanta. Looking for a city in California that is the heart of the Sedona Valley farming country. It's a city known for farm supplies, equipment, and it's very dusty. I'm looking for a city in Colorado that is named exactly the same as a city in Illinois that is a suburb of Chicago that was the home of Wayne's World. Do you remember the name of the city where Wayne's World was broadcast out of on the PBS station in the movie? Do you remember? Glendale, Arizona, Bruce. What about Glendale? Yes, 88th largest city. That's where the football stadium is for the NFL. The hockey team used to be there in Phoenix, but they got kicked out. Henderson, Nevada, Bruce. You're talking about Henderson. I am talking about Henderson, the 73rd largest city in America. Mesa, in Arizona, Bruce. You were talking about Mesa earlier, weren't you? I was. And did we already do it? Am I already ahead of myself, behind myself, around myself? Where am I? Where am I? I have no idea where I am. I thought I was here, but maybe I'm not here anymore. I might have gone somewhere. Mesa was done already, the 38th largest city. Berkeley, no. Hollywood, no. Aurora, Illinois, and Aurora, Colorado. Yes, Aurora, Colorado is the city I was looking for. And Aurora is the 56th largest city in the United States. How about them apples? Illinois doesn't count, but Colorado does. Hollister, no. Henderson, we got. Modesto, California. Not working. Still looking for a city in California starts with the letter F. I'm looking for a city that starts with the letter B in California. Another one. We've already got both Irvings, Kevin. Irving, Texas, Irving, California. We got them both. I'm looking for a city in California starts with the letter S. It's its own standalone city. The heart and the first city to collapse under unbelievable housing prices in the economic crisis of 07, 8, and 9. The housing crisis started here. Gilbert, Arizona, Bruce. Yes, Gilbert. Gilbert is the 101st largest city in the United States, and there's only one city left that is out of Virginia. That is the 102nd largest city. Has only one word. Fresno, home of Tom Seaver. Sharon, yes, and Donnell. Fresno is the 34th largest city in the United States in California. Exactly, Kirk. Sunnyvale? No. Fresno, yes. Okay, I'm now looking for the city that starts with the letter B in the middle of California. And I mean north to south. It's more a little south of the middle, but it's in the middle of California from east to west. You drive through it on Highway 5. It's dusty. And And Dwight Yoakam did a song about this city, and so did other country stars. It's a home of farming country in California, folks. Roanoke, Virginia. No, Berkeley. No, Bakersfield. Yeah, Bakersfield. Yes. I should have gone with the hint from the movie Castaway, when he found the outhouse, the piece of the outhouse that floated up to the island's shores. Bakersfield. That's right. Oh my! A city in Texas begins with a P. A city in Virginia begins with an N, home of a huge shipbuilding yard for the Navy. What am I talking about? Henderson, we've got. Bakersfield, there it is, there it is. Stockton, yes. Number 65, the city starts with the letter S. Stockton, California, the beginning of the housing crisis. The worst overpriced city in America, Stockton, California. Home after home after home went into receivership. Absolutely. Plano, Texas, yes. Sharon and Captain's Table nailed Plano, Texas, the 71st largest city in the United States. Norfolk, Virginia, Bruce. Yes, Norfolk, 78th largest. Ken, you got it. Kimberly is thinking York something. I have no idea what that would be. I've got a city in Arizona, starts with a CH. I've got another Texas city with the letter L. In Wisconsin, there's Milwaukee, and there's another city with an M in the front of it. What is that one called? In Texas, there's a city name in Texas, the home of the Buddy Holly and the Crickets. Where did they come from originally? Sharon is thinking Laredo as the city with the letter L, 81st largest city in Texas, the home of Buddy Holly and the Crickets. What is it? It also starts with the letter L. Do you remember the movie with Susan Sarandon and Kevin Costner, the baseball movie? Do you remember the name of the town that the minor league baseball team was in AAA, I believe it was? Remember the name of that movie? That's the name of the city I'm thinking about. City in Texas with a G in the front of it is another one I'm looking for. Captain's Table is asking Chandler, Arizona, correct. The 80th largest city in America. Madison, Wisconsin, Bruce? Are you talking about Madison in number 82? Yes. Lubbock, Texas, home of Buddy Holly and the Crickets, number 84 in America. Denton or Durham? We've got Durham, I believe, North Carolina. That's the home of what was called Durham Bulls was the name of the movie. Wasn't it called Durham Bulls, Jen? Bull Durham. It was called Durham Bull, and they were the Bulls. The Durham Bulls baseball team in movie Bull Durham. Durham, North Carolina, 86th largest city in the United States. Kevin, Durham Bulls. Midland, Ken, correct. I was wondering about Midland, Texas. No, I'm looking now for a city in North Carolina that starts with the word green. I'm looking for a city in Texas with the letter G at the front of it. I'm looking for a city in Florida that is named after a sport that is played there that you can gamble on. And this city was highlighted in Mad Men. Was one of the accounts that they added at the Mad Men agency from Florida with this unique sport, two-man sport. It is actually is quoted as the fastest sport in the world. Interesting. How about Waco, Bruce? Waco, Texas. Nope, not in the top 105. Greenville? No, not Greenville. Greensboro. Yes, Greensboro, Kevin. 69th largest city in the United States. College town in North Carolina. Ken Correca. Galveston, no. Stockton, we've done it. We got Stockton finally. It took a while, but the 65th largest city in the United States with the worst housing crisis of all the cities. Stockton. Oh, did people go under there? We're still looking for Judy somebody, Texas. There's your hint. First name Judy. What was her last name? Texas. I'm looking for a city in Florida that is famous as the city where they play the fastest game in the world. The fastest game in the world is in this city. Would love to know if you understand which one I'm talking about. And you can gamble for that sport in this town. Hialeah, Florida. Craig, you got it. Hialeah, Florida. 90th largest city in the United States. There's a bay in Virginia that is famous, but the city is a one-word city. The bay is the city's name and bay behind it in Virginia. Anybody know what that one is? A city in California is named after the main street in downtown Las Vegas, the old main street of Las Vegas. What city am I thinking for? Captain is thinking Garland. Are you thinking Judy Garland? Garland, Texas? I am. Number 87 largest city. Absolutely. And Chesapeake, yes, Chesapeake, Virginia, number 91 largest city. Norfolk, we've got now. I've got two left. The main drag in downtown Las Vegas, the original main street where the casinos first showed up. They now have it covered with a dome kind of roof with a light show up there. Right in downtown Las Vegas. We have Chandler already. We got Fremont. That's right, Fremont Street. Fremont, California, the 95th largest city in the United States of America, leaving us one city left. This city is actually on hallowed ground. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this city is the most sacred ground in the United States of America. And when you go to this city, in a particular place in this city, you lower your voice and you pay respect to the nation's finest of all time. And does anyone know the name of that city that is across the river, across the Potomac River in Washington, D.C.? Some of you know it. Kevin knows what we're talking about. So does Donnell. Arlington in Virginia, the home of the Arlington National Cemetery, if I'm not mistaken. 102nd largest city in the United States. I've been to Arlington twice. I went as a teenager with my mom and dad. I was 15, and in no uncertain terms did I have a briefing from my father. Not only I, but my two sisters as well. We were very well briefed on the significance of where we were going to be that day and the decorum that was expected of us at that location. And then in approximately the year 2002 or 3, I can't remember for sure, Jennifer and I took Jennifer Jr. to Washington, and we spent a week in Washington and area, and we went to Arlington. And to say the least, Bruce, Pop, had a chat with his daughter to re-emphasize and just make aware of how holy this area is and the kind of decorum that would be expected of anyone being there. We had no problems whatsoever, but we noticed, and she noticed, our daughter, Jen Jr., noticed behavior of some of the people in Arlington National Cemetery that was not appropriate whatsoever. And she looked at me, and I looked at her, and she nodded and went, "Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Dad. This is hallowed ground." If you haven't been there, you must go. It is an absolute must. You have to go to Arlington. End of story. That's it right there. Thank you all for joining me today. Thank you so much for having some fun. I hope you had some fun today. Thank you to the Supersized Trivia. This was so much fun, says Sharon. Kevin and I will try to check in next Monday, but we might have a conflict. Thanks for everything and have a great week or 2 or 3. Love to Jen. Thank you, Sharon. Kirk Brunson, trivia again next week. This was such a good time. Donnell, great trivia quiz, Bruce, coming up at 2 a.m. here. We'll see you all back here next Monday. Hang in there, Donnell. Get some extra shut-eye. Thank you all for your kind words and your continued viewing of this very inactive channel. I do appreciate you very, very much. Human being, thank you, Uncle B. RMS, Fremont, Stephen Butler, this was a good exercise for our brains. Kimberly, thanks for the fun. Thank you all so much. And again, the thumbs ups have come in. We appreciate that from all of you who were able to give us a thumbs up. 29 have now showed up. That's fantastic. We'll see you here next Monday. Ken, take care, buddy. We'll see you here next Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern, and we'll see if we have some travel news for you, cruise ship news, and we'll see if we can squeeze in some trivia for you next Monday. And thank you again for all of your kind words and support. Captain Stable, well done, Bruce. Jim Thomas, thanks, pal. Have the best. Week, everyone. Take great care of yourselves, and we'll see you here next Monday. All right, everyone. Bye for now.